Do you know one of the hidden costs of corporate that no one talks about? It's called gray divorce. I didn't even know it had a name. But at the tail end of corporate, I noticed that there's a lot of 40-somethings, mostly men, but that's who I was working with in corporate, were getting divorced right before their 50th birthday. And I thought it was odd. I think that at the time there was 5 or maybe 6 of them that had been divorced within a 2-year period. I thought that was odd. And I was thinking through corporate again this weekend and thought maybe was that just an oddity with that company, or is there a trend with corporate and divorce? And so I looked up. There's actually a term called gray divorce, and that's 50-somethings that are getting divorced. And there's definitely a lot of it. I think the conventional wisdom was empty nesters. Kids are gone, people are finding divorce. Then I wanted to dig deeper and said, corporate has got to have something to do with this. Because personally, the tail end of my corporate career was my wife and I weren't in the best place, right? It was just, I was miserable, and it was because of corporate that I was miserable, but then that was leading to everything else. So I'm like, I could not be alone. So I did just some stats on this, and it's insane. Again, this is a category you don't want to be leading in Gen X, but we are, unfortunately. I do think it's a direct result of corporate and being unhappy in corporate. Just a few stats. Divorce has tripled for ages 55 to 64 since 1990. In 1990, only 1 in 10 divorces involved people over 50. Today, 1 in 3. 33% of divorces today are over the age of 50. 43% of men and women aged 55 to 64 have divorced. Younger divorce rates are falling. Gen X is bucking the trend. We're going the other way. And the one stat that ties back to this is that 79% of Gen Xers say job stress played a role in their divorce. So again, I think we look at the hidden costs of you staying in corporate. One, we talked about the job's killing you, right? Health reasons it is. But 2, if you want to stay in your relationship, and maybe not all couples are destined to stay together, and you stay together with kids, not my judgment. But my guess is there is a number of happy marriages that are under strain because of what's going on in corporate. So my only point with this rant is there's data to suggest this. And if you're looking for another data point to figure out how to get out of corporate, this is a pretty big one. Like I said, my wife and I are in a much better place now. We've found the new path. And again, a lot of it was just how unhappy I was within corporate, and that was spilling over into everything else. So anyway, something for you to think about. And as usual, if you're still in corporate, good luck.